The new threat may not be what you think. In fact, there could be some really heavy rain as we watch the potential for something tropical developing here along the southeast coast, specifically here along the Carolina coast. This is the full run of the European potential of seeing some sort of tropical development, 10 to 20%, something around 20 to 30% when you look at the possibility of a tropical depression. The National Hurricane Center also watching this region. And we're not just looking at this threat right now. The potential on the way over the next couple of weeks, I think you got to watch the Gulf Coast. Still early in the game, but something to keep an eye on. Let's start with what's going on right now across the country. Some of you still seeing that smoke across parts of the east. It's really starting to push out, at least here into the Mid-South. Still lingering, though, from the Great Lakes down into the southeast. You can kind of see it in the sky, but definitely not as heavy as what we've seen lately. That is now moving into the northeast, so decent reduction in visibility still for parts of the northeast. Let's look at what's going on in the upper levels. This is going to really drive our weather over the next several days. We're going to continue to see this ridge build here into the east. This is going to bring quite a bit of southwesterly flow. It's also going to warm our temperatures up quite a bit here. So numbers on the way up. Chilly, though, across the northern tier, especially along the U.S.-Canadian border as we see some northwest flow building in here. So temperatures on the way down. And then overall, we're watching this decent ridge start to build in across Texas. I think on the northern side, you watch these pieces of energy that may move through. That may bring a couple of rounds of showers and thunderstorms. Overall, though, with the storm track much further to the north, your storms move here. However, as we head toward the weekend, I think we watch this trough that starts to swing to the east. That could bring a chance of some more showers here. We'll look at that in just a second. And then as we head towards Sunday and Monday, check this out. Another shot of some chilly air moving in from Canada as an upper low gets cut off. I'm telling you, we could be dealing with some cool temperatures. This has been a cool start to meteorological summer so far. And then beyond this, I think this is when things get interesting. You're developing this upper level ridge somewhere here across the southeast. Does this open the door for tropical activity? I think it might. Things start to look much more favorable, I think, after the 10th. And then beyond that. So we're entering a period when things get kind of active. We're active through the evening, what's left of it, if you're watching this as we head now into Tuesday night to early Wednesday morning along a front that's pushing to the east. A lot of moisture still hanging around the southwest too. That's creating showers. Some of those have been heavy. The severe threat through the evening hours through Tuesday night from the Great Lakes all the way down into Texas, especially here into the plains where there could be some strong storms. Let's look at the future radar as we move through the rest of the evening hours. This is Eastern time, so take an hour off for Central. Big storm still going across Missouri, bowing out into parts of Illinois, further south into Oklahoma. Some of these could be strong. There could be a few embedded tornadoes within these as well. It's not a super high tornado risk. However, there still is a potential for some tornadoes all the way from Wisconsin down into Texas as these storms push off to the east. Let's continue to push this out in time. Once we get past midnight, things do get a little more calm. It's not going to be completely gone as far as the severe weather goes across parts of Oklahoma and Arkansas, and some heavy downpours possible, but it's definitely lower than what we're seeing through the evening hours. As we head now into Wednesday, we start off kind of active, especially here across Arkansas, Missouri. Showers, thunderstorms possible again here, and then across Texas. Some of these storms back into this region, especially into Oklahoma, could get on the strong side. And now we're looking into Thursday with more storms. Thursday night into Friday here across Oklahoma, Kansas. Seems like we've just been super active, and that continues. Here's a look at your highs on Wednesday. We're kicked back quite a bit here across the central plains into the northern plains, back into the 70s. Let's go further to the east. There come the storms through Tuesday night into Wednesday through the Mississippi Valley. Showers stretching all the way from Michigan down into parts of, again, Texas. As we head now into Wednesday, look at the rain here across the southeast. Again, there could be some tropical development. You start to see everything pinwheeling around that area of low pressure, and surface low pressure needs to be watched right here along the southeast coast. You've got an upper low that's spinning back here across really the panhandle of Florida. And then I think you watch here. Either way, you're bringing in so much moisture here into the Carolinas. Are we dealing with a heavy rain threat maybe along the Blue Ridge Mountains? It's possible. And look at this. You kind of see this feeder band look here as low pressure skirts the coast Wednesday night, now into Thursday. Either way, I think it's a soggy Wednesday, Thursday, maybe even into Friday, right along the coast. And then this pushes away, and then showers and storms moving into the Ohio Valley as we head into Thursday night, and then maybe even into Friday with an active weather pattern setting up. And here's a look at your temperatures on Wednesday. Let's widen this out, and let's talk about what's happening over the next several days. Again, that was the end of the GFS model run. We're going to take it through Wednesday. There come the showers pushing east. A lot of moisture here from Florida, Georgia, Alabama. We'll see the showers around. And then the moisture that's across the southwest does finally start to make somewhat of an exit. At least the intensity of the rain showers back off a little bit. and then all that moisture starts to push east, and we combine it along with quite a bit of moisture already in place, so it looks quite soggy, at least with showers, thunderstorms into this region. I don't think it's going to be a complete washout, but do expect a chance of rain, and it's a pretty good one too. And then as we head into early next week, there comes our upper low trying to cut off here in the mid-levels. I think it's going to happen, and that means more of a northwest flow, temperatures on the way down, and we keep the showers and storms still going out in the west, especially into the southwest. And then a front drops all the way down toward the Gulf Coast now as we head toward Wednesday and Thursday with cooler temperatures and drier weather for the northeast. And we're talking about Wednesday and Thursday of next week. Either way, it starts to get hot, especially with their flow coming in like this out of the south, with quite a bit of moisture, showers and storms, especially into the afternoon and evening, up and down the Mississippi River Valley. And now we're looking really long range. And I would just want to say that the GFS has constantly been hinting at some kind of tropical storm, hurricane, something forming in the Caribbean and moving into the Gulf and threatening somewhere. Okay, it's been there consistently. The European trying not to do that. It's really pushed it back now until the 17th and the 18th. So, it's still really far away, guys. The GFS has feedback problems too, so I'm certainly not buying into anything yet, but it's entering a time period where I think we got to watch it anyway.